Hi everyone, my name is Hannah. I go by Microbiologist Makes here on YouTube as well as over on Instagram. This is Flosstube number 19. Thank you for joining me today. This is a YouTube channel where I talk about my crafting endeavors, cross stitch, knitting, crochet, usually in that order of magnitude, and thrifting. So I'm so happy to be filming today. It's Thursday, September 12th, and I've come back after a bit of a longer break than I had hoped for. I think moving forward, my life's going to be a little bit more busy, so I think any semblance of a regular filming schedule is going out the window. So I had hoped to do like end of the month, and I had been maintaining that for a bit, but the last several videos it's been more like 5 weeks, 6 weeks that I've been filming. So I think that's going to be the new normal. Is just going to be whenever I have enough to talk about and free time to talk about it. So I am back today though. I have some finishes finally. I feel like I haven't shown a cross stitch finish on this channel in so long. I have a knitting finish. I have some thrifting, a little bit of all of those. So let's jump right in. I have, in terms of finishes, an exciting one, it was a finish last time. This time it's framed, so we're gonna milk it for all it's worth. It's been in my thumbnails a couple videos now. Thank you for all the love that it got on Instagram and to the Flosstubers who mentioned it on their channels. This is A Study in Nature by the Artsy Housewife, and it's framed. I'm so happy with it. Yeah, I stitched this on 36 count pearwood by Klaveren cotton. The threads are the called for dinky dyes, and I think I had talked about last time I wasn't sure what frame I was going to go for with this. And then in the depths of my frame stash, I mean, I have a huge bin out in my garage, so I don't have a good idea of what I have all the time. But in the bottom of that bin, there was this frame. So it's an antique frame, which I love to use whenever possible. It has this really cool, detailed, like sort of a fillet, but it's not in the center. It's like a beveled part in the middle of the frame. And it's all chipped up, which is awesome. And I framed this. So yeah, I have my backing with craft paper, added a little hanger. Although right now it's been sitting in this wicker shelf, sort of on one of these levels. So you can look at it. I'm not sure which wall I want to start my butterfly moth wall. Which I also talked about last video. I'd like to have a butterfly moth gallery wall, so, of cross stitch. Sounds awesome. So here she is one last time. And my other finish, not a fully finish yet, is of, let's see here. I feel like a dragon with my hoard here, all my treasures surrounding me. I have, this is Weeds and Wildflowers also by the Artsy Housewife. This was a collaboration with Caroline of Evertote, Roxy Floss Co., and that was for Caroline's 50th birthday. So I was happy to participate. Started July 7th. I finished this in the month of either at the tail end of July or beginning of August. I can't remember. It was shortly after I filmed last. And here we are. I have So I got the box with all the called for Roxy Floss threads and then Roxy Floss linen. This is a 40 count buttercup. There were other options, but I went with the 40 count linen. And that's what she looks like. I will show in haul. I have a frame for this picked out. Well, not picked out, I had it custom made, but yeah. It went surprisingly fast after I got the border in, and also I've been working monogamously pretty much on like a single project until it's done and then moving on to the next for the most part. So that helps with getting things done faster. Who knew? Then my third FFO, third finish to show is also not an FFO. This is Strawberry Bird by the Blue Flower. This also has a frame that I will show in haul. I stitched this on 40 count flannel flower by Fox and Rabbit with all the called for threads. I went with flannel flower after seeing Cross Stitch Kate is stitching hers on flannel flower as well, and I thought the grays and blues just complemented so well, so copied Kate there. And I think that's all I have to say about this. Yeah, it was lots of fun to stitch. I sort of like color completed. I did all of like the vines first, and then I used that as a framework for doing like the flowers and then the strawberries and putting in bits of the birds till she was done. So yeah, it was a great way to wind down on my summer stitching, and I'm excited to work, I think mostly on, I'm feeling itched to do fall projects now, so that's what's up next. So now we have whips, and I have two. This is going to be a short video. I mean, I feel like I scrounge for things to talk about, and I think, yeah, like I said, it's going to be more feasible for me to just wait until I have enough to talk about to film. So yeah, the next project, so the first whip I have is Simpler Seasons Autumn by Blueberry Ridge Designs. And I started this last fall. I think I'd like to have it done this season, hopefully. I'm almost done. It's split across 2 pages, so I'm almost done with the first page. I don't know if that's like 50% for a number of stitches, but I'm almost done with the first page. And this is stitched on, let me see here before I hold it up, 40 count Mayflower by Fox and Rabbit. I'm using Color and Cotton Sweet Potato for the thread. It's really variegated. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone with the amount that it's variegated, but it's cool. I'm enjoying seeing how it pools, and just like forcing myself to be okay with how, I don't know, in some places that pumpkin kind of looks like Winnie the Pooh Tigger pumpkin, with all those stripes. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I mean, from a distance, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm too far in now. And I do like orange and brown. That's a good color scheme for me. So yeah, just having to let go a little bit, but and let it just happen. But I am happy with it. It's a really cute design. So, and then my second cross stitch whip, second and last, is Harvest Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. So cute. I am stitching this on a piece of 20 count even weave that I dyed myself with a rip dye, and I'm halfway through the town. It's taking forever. It feels like, I don't know. This hasn't been my go-to project. I've found that I like stitching in a Q-snap lately, so forcing myself to hold this like bunched up because it won't fit in a Q-snap, or my Q-snap anyway, so it just hasn't been as fun for me. But that's where I am. I pulled all the threads, almost all of the threads that I pulled are Color and Cottons. I think I had a couple of the over-dyed colors. I know for sure this red is, let's see, that red is Barn Door by Classic Colorworks. I think that was called for. So I used a little bit of what was called for and mostly just picked something that was close that I had in from my Color and Cotton Thread Club subscription. So, and that concludes the whips. I do have a little bit more to talk about. In terms of knitting, let's start there. I started a new sweater since I saw you last. That is the Lumme Pullover by Sari Nordland. It's a colorwork yoke sweater, and I got pretty far. I split for sleeves. I'm almost done with the body, and then I'll add or the length of the body, and then I'll add the ribbing at the bottom. And then I think I need to order more yarn for this. I think I'm gonna run out, but then I need to do the sleeves, and there's more color work on the sleeves. But I've been in a color work mood lately, so here we are. I love this pattern. So pretty. And it's a worsted weight, so it goes pretty fast. I am knitting this with Brava worsted weight from Knit Picks, so it's very affordable. And I know for sure the brown is the color Sienna. White is an off white. I'm not sure what it was called, and I don't have. I think I don't know where I put that game. But yeah, Sienna for sure, in an off white. And I think the contrast is amazing. Looks really good. And I'm just excited to be able to wear this finally if the weather ever cooperates here. I'm not really sure it will at this point. It's been hot for so long. A more weather appropriate garment that I actually finished is, let's see if I can get this. I had a marker so I would know which was the front and which was the back, because there was short row shaping for the neckline, but the back neck is not raised that much more than the front, so I had a pin in there to show so I would remember which was the front and which was the back. This is the rolled edge tank by Jessie Made Designs, and it's in a really pretty yak silk cashmere base by oh gosh, I will have to put it in. I can't remember the name, but they're a really cool Montana-based company, and I was really happy to work with their yarn for the first time. I have obviously not woven in the ends. The hem was also supposed to be, I'll just drape it over my shoulder here. The hem was supposed to have like sort of a split. It wasn't quite split, but you did short row shaping around the sides so that it curved up a little bit. I did that, didn't really like how it was laying, and ripped that out and then added a few more inches of length because it was also a really cropped tank top, and I don't want to wear that, so I made it a little bit longer and omitted the short row sort of scallop shaping on the edges. And this blocked out so nicely, like the drape is amazing. I had a bit of a dumb moment when I was blocking this. So like the curved or the rolled up sort of hem for the sleeves and the neckline, it's stockinette, so it curls in on itself, right? And I put it on and I was like, I don't think, it's not supposed to be doing that. That looks weird. And then so I blocked it out and like stretched it with pins, and I didn't want that curved look. And then I like went back to the pattern. I was like, why is it doing this? Why does mine look like this? And the name of the pattern is the rolled edge tank. So problem solved, I guess. Luckily it's starting to curl again around the hem. I mean, it is cute, but I don't know. I expected it to lay flat. I don't know what I was thinking. So yeah, there's a bit of my stupidity for you. The third knitting project I have is the Houseplant Shawl by Cassie LaFollete. I've showed this once before, I believe. I'm knitting this in Malabrigo Rios yarn in the color Yerba, or Yerba, the green variegated yarn. I am halfway, so you increase every 9th row. Gosh, this is twirling around here. And I'm starting into the decreases now, so it goes back. It's gonna be like a really long, elongated triangle. And these leaves will look better after blocking. It's like a scalloped leaf lace edge, and then an I-cord edge on the other side, so it's really finished looking. And it's like a shawlette pattern, so it's skinny. I think it'll be more wearable than a huge blanket shawl, at least for me. I prefer not having all that bulk. And I'm a little over halfway then, so I'm starting to decrease. And that's a really fun pattern. I think it'd be great for those who are looking to get started with lace. It's not a very complicated lace repeat, and it's only like, what, 12 to 14 stitches for the lace section. And it's a really well-designed pattern. So there's my plug for the houseplant shawl. Now we have crochet. So I have a big crochet finish. I have been working on the Bliss Afghan by designer here. It's gone out of my head for at least 2 to 3 years now, and I pulled this out towards the beginning of the summer and just decided I need to finally finish it. So I did that. Since we last met, I was still working on blocks, and you have to make 12 of these monstrous, they're like really big blocks, and then you seam them all together at a border. And I have pictures here of the finished product. It is huge, probably a king size. I don't know the dimensions, but it would probably fit a king size bed. And it was very hard to take pictures of. I tried to be like the cool crocheters and do like a rolled drop, roll the blanket and let it go, and have that like it unfurl and you see like it in its full glory, and that failed miserably. Maybe I'll insert footage of me, my dad, and my mom trying to get a video of that as a team effort. It didn't go super well, but the commentary is funny, so maybe I'll put in that video.
Grab the other corner.
What other corner? This is the other corner.
You gotta grab the corner. There's something unrolled.
Oh, I thought you were grabbing the
Well, I'm gonna grab your, grab the other side.
I'm recording you guys.
I know.
What are you doing now? Oh, you just want me to do this?
Well, that's what you said
right.
you were doing.
All right. You ready, Sue?
Yep,
Here we go.
Yeah, sucky.
that wasn't very good, but it'll work.
But anyway, that's a finish. I also started a new blanket because I am overwhelmed by the size of my yarn stash, at least my acrylic yarn. I've started to transition more to using non-acrylic based yarns. At least for knitting, it uses less than crochet, so I can actually somewhat afford it to not work with acrylic. So I've been wanting to use up this acrylic yarn that I've been building up for like the past 5 years, and including like all these scraps that you end up with that I don't know what to do with. So I started a scrappy granny square blanket. Again, ends everywhere. In my head when I started this, I was going to weave in ends as I went. Like every round, I'd weave in the 2 ends that each round generates. Have not woven in a single end. So I'm in trouble, but it's getting pretty big. And oh look, I can see through it. That's handy. So I can see what I'm showing you. I am just using, random acrylic worsted weight yarns in a size 5.5 millimeter hook, and just following a standard granny square pattern. I turn every other row so I don't get any wonky square orientations there. And yeah, that's that. No pattern, just granny square. Let's do haul. I have acquired quite a bit of yarn. If you follow me on Ravelry, I have a pattern bundle saved there of all the sweaters I want to make for the rest of this year. We'll probably encroach into next year. I'm not don't have that much time to knit all these garments that I want to, but you can go there to see what I'll be making if you're interested, or maybe I'll talk about it in my next video, my making plans in terms of knitting. But I did acquire some sweater quantities of yarn for those purposes. So that's what I bought mostly. My Color and Cotton thread of the month subscription came in. There was that. And I guess the only other thing I got really, which is incredible, I'm so happy, is this bag by Stonehouse Stitching on Etsy. It's so cool. She does these really awesome like quilted panel bags, and from someone who admires quilting, would love to be a quilter, but cannot sew. This is incredible. And a cute little charm on the zipper. It's a huge size. It's awesome. And then I've loved this fabric line forever too. A vintage Halloween. It's so pretty. I love Stonehouse Stitching. So that's what I got this last, however long it's been. A little over a month. I did pick up some frames. That gets into my thrifting, though too. But I did order some custom made frame, sort of, for those two finishes that I talked about at the beginning. Let's talk about the one for Strawberry Bird first. It has glass in it, so I can't hold this behind, but we'll flash Strawberry Bird again so you get an idea of what it looked like. I ordered an 8x8 frame from the Rusty Roof on Etsy. Yeah, the Rusty Roof. And the frame is called Weathered Emily. And it's a gray that I thought would complement like the vase or the urn or whatever that is really well. And it came pretty fast. They put the point drivers in, cut a piece of foam core for me. It has a glass, which I'll probably take out. I thought it was really cool. And I'll probably be ordering from them again. So that was that one. It's really inexpensive. It was like $25 for a frame. I was having a hard time finding a square frame of that size. Didn't have any square frames left in my stash, so that was the cheap frame. This is the not so cheap frame. So I always watch for Michaels to have their 70% off frame frame sale. And that came up, it's like the end of July, sometime around there. And I went and took Weeds and Wildflowers. And I'm always like, it's not a huge piece. I did not expect this to be, maybe I just have a really expensive frame taste, but the frame I really wanted was this really pretty olive green shade, and it would have been over $120. It's not a big frame. I only wanted like an inch around, or half. Yeah, I think we did 3/4 of an inch around. So not big. I don't know if they like ramp up their prices for this sale, so it's really not that, really you're not getting the 70% off. I don't know. Something's going on there. But anyway, this is the frame I got. It's really cool. It's like, it has sort of like a patina to it. It has some greens and like a coppery tinge. And we'll have the big reveal. I think it's gonna look amazing. I have had bad experience with my particular Michaels in framing and getting a straight edge. So I elected to frame this myself. Although there was a new person working there. I think he does all of the framing now, where it's not the previous person that I dealt with. So maybe it would have been okay. Yeah, he was giving me lectures on like how to get a straight edge, like a little bit. I was like, I've done this before, it'll be okay. But yeah, it's funny. He's like, you can bring it back in if things don't go well. It's only like $15 more for me to pin it. And I was like, okay. But yeah, I will hopefully get those framed soon. I keep all my framing supplies at my parents' house because I have a 1-bedroom apartment. Don't have that much storage. So whenever I travel back to Minnesota is when I frame. And then I got some more frames at thrift stores as well. I found this really cute tiny one. I thought it'd be so cute to put like over one little mushroom or something, maybe butterfly in there. I also got these really antique frames. I don't know why, like when they put at like a antique mall, they'll have like a little tag and it's always on this piece of white string and they always rip off the tag, never cut off the white string. Okay, I digress. Anyway, this is a really cool one I found. Gold, distressed, seen better days, my favorite. So that one, and then I love like these swinging frames. I have a bunch of them now. So if I ever find one that's under $10, because sometimes they're a lot of money, if I ever find one under 10, I get it. And it has this really cute / creepy baby sibling picture in it. And I never noticed it until I brought it home that there's this little flower on the top. Michelle Chinook Crafter pointed that out to me and I was like, oh, did not notice, but that is really cute. I'm sorry about the ring light glare. I will also be taking out the glass when I put something in this. Yeah, look at that splatter on the back. She old. Oh, other thrifting haul, quite random. I forgot this was over here. I got a globe at a rummage sale for $1. I think this might have been someone's like arts and craft project. It's like very shiny. Like there was Mod Podge involved. Yeah, this might have been from like a do-it-yourself make your own globe kit. It's not antique, but I see like my Pinterest home inspiration boards. Always people are like decorating with those globes all over the place. And I'm kicking myself because my grandparents had one. And I didn't know any better at the time that I should take it home. So, I guess this kind of fits into haul. I got the Cross Stitch in the Forest book. And sorry I'm saying a lot, by the way. I want to start there's a moth pattern in here somewhere. I'm sure you've all seen it. It's stitched on black fabric. I have some 32 count fabrics by Stephanie that I think would look really good. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Nighttime. It's under the Nighttime Wonder section, which I love everything in that section. I love pretty much everything in this book. Oh, isn't she lovely? So I have all the DMCs pulled for this. I just need to start it already. I think Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch also started this, so that will be my first start from that book at some point. Yeah, getting into just a little bit of life stuff, mostly a recap of the montage that I include at the beginning of these videos. I visited my parents, got to look at their lovely garden plot and enjoy all the zucchini bread that comes out of that. Oh, and homemade tomato sauce. My mom makes really good homemade tomato sauce for pasta and everything. So I got to partake in that. I went to the Iowa State Fair, took my brother and my sister-in-law. They had never been. Got to see lots of cool cross-stitch, knitting, crochet. Put pictures of that in here. I also went to a Renaissance fair last weekend. So I'll have also a picture of my outfit. That was a lot of fun. I picked up a piece of pottery and a glass of pear mead, as you do. That was a lot of fun. I have mostly just been writing a lot. My program, I'll be ending my PhD hopefully in about a year. So yeah, lots of writing lately. My reading bug has still stuck around, so I actually have a visual here. I don't usually talk about books, but I am reading The Women by Kristen Hanna. I love Kristen Hanna, and despite the fact that she likes to devastate me emotionally, I'm really enjoying The Women so far. about that far in. It's about the nurses of the Vietnam War. And bottom line, things are just getting busy, but I have my hobbies to keep me sane, so that's a great thing. And I am so grateful, as always, for this community and just being able to share my love of cross stitch and other crafts with all of you. So I hope you're well wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.